Hello, honey roses. I wanted to say hi, honey. I'm home. That's the first thing that came to my mind. That's why I paused, because I Love Lucy. She just, maybe some of you could like I Love Lucy. I used to watch that. That's a silly show. But I remember watching that because it used to be on a marathon at night. And I used to watch it. Oh my gosh, they made women so damn slow in these shows, and I don't know why this is significant, but I was about to tell you something totally different. However, I'm gonna tie it in with the message because there's a few things I need to say. This morning, wake up, yawning, jump out the bed, gotta get going. I sound old school right now. Okay. Now, back to I Love Lucy moment that just came out. Women were depicted as so damn slow. Not to say that every woman is quick, okay? And not to say every person is quick, no matter if it's a masculine or feminine energy, but there's something here about women making bad decisions. And so it's funny how I Love Lucy slipped into this reading, because I definitely was not thinking about I Love Lucy, but I almost said it in the beginning, so I felt like there's something there, so I let it flow like I usually do, right? And then a little earlier, I was by my window and I opened it. And as soon as I open the window, I like to open the window for the airflow, right? So as soon as I open the window, I hear this couple arguing. And they was coming down the street, but they were a little loud. Not extremely loud, but loud enough for me to hear them clearly, as if they was right next to me. And I heard the woman say, well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He said, you know what I'm talking about. And the man was much older. He was old school because he had that, the old school voice that sound like their mouth is almost closed, but it's open. So he said, you know what I'm talking about. He was like, get away from me. Get away from me. He was walking fast. He was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Get away from me, right? And then she was like, you gonna treat a woman like this? And she had a little limp though. I don't know if her foot hurt. Listen, I don't know, but she had a little peg leg limp. She didn't have a peg leg, but she had the peg leg limp, okay? And then the man, he was, okay, yeah. So after she said, you gonna treat a woman like this? He said, you ain't no woman. You a thief, right? And I said, oh, okay, got spicy. Look, I just opened the window and all this happened. And she's like, so that's how you really gonna treat me? And their voices began to fade away because they continued to walk down the block. And he was walking quick. And she was trying to have him pity her. But that part right there where she said, you gonna treat me like this? You gonna yell at a woman like this in the street? And he wasn't really yelling, he was raising his voice, but he wasn't yelling, he just was stern with his voice, and he spoke with his head up, chest out, okay? And he was too through. He was trying to get away from her. He was going fast, but he wasn't running. But a couple steps quicker, he would have been little pace jogging on a pace, okay? But there's something here. This is a part of this message right now. Okay, so you know how back in the days when it came to relationships and marriage, how the women were expected to cook, clean, have babies, be barefoot and pregnant, and take care of the man, cook and clean, and just be a wife and a mom, right? Things have changed now. Now it's like, even though there are some women that still do that, not to say that anything's wrong with it. However, I just want to say that not everyone gets linked up with the right person, okay? That's what I want to say so far. That's just what came to me. Not everyone gets linked up to the right person to where that lifestyle is, I almost want to say respected. Hold on. Because there's something here, and there's multiple things that I'm thinking about. Women and their choices. Hold on. There's something here. I'm trying to catch it. Sadness off the strength of what was said. Off the strength of what was said. But then look at the actions. Okay. So for all my divine feminines, if you're divine, you wouldn't do things that are crazy. However, it's like spirit is wanting you to reach out to those who are not acting in their divine feminine nature to help bring alignment. Because there's stereo, I don't know why it's so hard for me to say this. There are stereotypical perspectives always. No matter if we're discussing children, men, women, masculine, feminine, whatever. There's always stereotypes that people get pegged into just so people could try to say that they understand something that sometimes they don't. Not unless you are one to uphold the stereotype to then give them a reason to say that it's true. Don't uphold the stereotype. I feel like this is a part of the message. I don't really know exactly where it's going, but I feel like this is where it's at. I feel like I'm in a dark room feeling my way through to find the switch to turn on the light. Okay. Do not be one to adhere to stereotypical perspectives of your group or the group that you are a part of. Okay. Hi. Good morning. Excuse me, everyone. I'm recording, babe.
My cake is ready and
You gonna go get it? Okay. I'm gonna come get you or come see you after I'm done recording, okay? What? What happened? Why are you just looking at me? Say something. You don't want me to record? I'm recording.
my cake is already ready.
Yeah? You just said that, babe. Is there anything else you would like to tell me?
The time is up.
What time? The time is up? For what?
My cake, Mom.
Okay, baby. Okay, when I'm done, I'll come see you, okay? Don't slam the door, please. Don't slam the door, please. Kaden, why are you tripping? Lord. I'm not sure I'm just doing. He's like mad at me because I'm recording. I don't know. Hey, why are you being strange? Can you not? Let me tell y'all how my nephew just turned 5. And even before he was 5, when he was 3, he know how he feel. And he will express himself. And when he wants attention, which many kids do this, but, you know, I haven't been around a tiny person this much since I had my daughter. But she's a teenager now, so it's different. You know, teenagers are different from little people. But if he wants attention, he will repeat himself to get it. He will do what he needs to do to get the attention that he wants. Maybe that's a part of this message. Hold on, because he was just sitting there staring at me, not saying nothing. I'm telling him I'm recording, but he wasn't saying that, and he just repeated himself. I know he just woke up, but you know, I feel like this is a part of the message. You know what I find different between, which I hear a lot, but I'm seeing it from myself because my nephew is always around me. Boys are very different from girls. When they're young, they're very different. And I noticed that, like, my daughter, she was very independent. Like, she was fine. I don't know how to explain it. She's a child, isn't it? I'm not saying I left her when she was a baby, but I'm saying, like, if I made sure that she was good, like she took a shower, she ate food, and she was clean, and she was happy, I played with her a little bit, and then she's right there playing when she was little, and I was like doing schoolwork or doing something that I needed to do for me, she wouldn't give me any trouble. She wouldn't start to cry. She wouldn't like crave attention. If anything, she would like come and hug me or something, or just lay on me. However, it's different, I noticed, with my nephew, and he's a little boy. He wants undivided attention. Like, that's how he is. And I didn't know for myself until I heard other boy moms say this prior to my nephew being born. So I noticed the difference between the two. And young men, it's like they desire more attention. And I don't really think that this, I want to say that I don't think it ends into adulthood. That's something that kind of stays there. Yes, everyone wants attention. You don't want to be feeling like you're being ignored or anything like that. But there's something here about there's multiple. It's like branching off into so many different things. I'm trying to catch the wave that Spirit wants me to ride on. There is tumultuous activity, 5 of Wands, learning. It's like Spirit is saying that it is time for men and women to learn each other again and understand themselves as well. Because if you align yourself with the stereotypes and you stick to that way of being, you end up selling yourself short. I heard unconsciously aligning with what you have been told about yourself. Okay, so say for instance, you always hear people say that little girls should always wear curls, or women should always wear curls in their hair. It's something, no, I have to use something worse so that it can be understood. I'm trying to think of something. Men that how can I say? Okay, imagine someone continually hearing that if you have a problem or a dislike in a relationship, you shouldn't say anything. You should just like align yourself with whoever that person is. You should align yourself with them, and then they grow into that concept and believe that that's how they should be. Meanwhile, when they become an adult, they end up getting used and abused because of a belief that they have in their mind where they didn't realize that how it has affected their life. So this is when these stereotypes get like embedded within the subconscious mind, and they cause confrontation between the physical self and the higher self in both men and women and children. Causes sadness. Great sadness is here. Always thinking for self and never thinking for others. Being